Well, since so many people keep hoarding it, I guess it's time to take a look at toilet paper, where it came from, and what came before it. Okay, so I'm going to start off here with a warning. I'm going to be using the term shit stick several times, and yes, that is the actual technical term for what it is. Different languages have different words for it, but they all translate to literally shit stick. Okie dokie, alright, here we go. Anal hygiene. It's not just a greeting. It goes back as far as, well, we're not sure, but pretty far back. Ancient civilizations like Egypt and Greece sometimes used papyrus or pieces of pottery, or just whatever was handy, including sometimes their hand. The Romans had what was known as the Xylo Spongium, which was a stick with a sea sponge on the end. And if you were rich, you got your own shit stick. If not, well, communal ones were kept in buckets of either salt water or vinegar. And yeah, this was not very hygienic, and it did tend to lead to the spreading of disease. Moral of the story, don't share shit sticks. It was the Chinese in the 6th century that first started the toilet paper craze, though we have evidence that ancient Greeks may have wiped themselves with pages from books they disagreed with, but when it comes to paper made specifically for wiping, China got there first. Yeah, that Greek thing was kinda not about anal hygiene. Before introducing paper, they had their own shit sticks, typically made from bamboo. The Japanese are known for doing the same thing. And oftentimes for Chinese royalty, that toilet paper was made of silk. In fact, in many areas, if you were wealthy, you used wool or hemp, possibly lace, but if you weren't wealthy, yeah, it was corn cobs, leaves, rocks, or pottery shards. And even later on, apparently the Sears and Roebuck catalog was popular until they started using a glossier paper. Yes, believe it or not, Sears and Roebuck actually received complaints because they changed their paper and it made worse toilet paper. Other parts of the world are more about using water, typically washing after doing their business, and this is part of what led to the invention of the bidet in late 17th century France. It was originally a piece of furniture for the bedroom, and part of its use was as a contraceptive, but it stuck around for its hygienic qualities. By the way, bidet in French means little horse. It's a reference to how someone had to sit in order to use it. India and much of the Muslim world used lotas, and some still do, though bidets or bidet showers have become more prevalent. Modern toilet paper is traced back to this guy, Joseph Gayetti, who was the first to commercially make toilet paper starting in 1857. It was made from Manila hemp and treated with aloe. They were marketed as medicinal, and he was considered to be a quack by the scientific community. The toilet paper roll was introduced by Scott Paper Company in 1890, and probably the most important leap in TP technology. In 1935, the Northern Tissue Company introduced splinter-free TP. Yep, up to that point, splinters while wiping had been an issue. Even better, in 1942, double-ply paper was introduced by St. Andrew's Mills, who would go on to eventually become Andrex. Now, over here, we have no idea who or what Andrex is. It's the English version of Cottonelle. Now, it's unclear if we're ever going to get to the 3 seashells. I'm guessing that's the next step, and if you don't get that reference, it's from a world where meat, salt, and cursing are all illegal, and the only restaurant is Taco Bell. And a final little fun rant here. If you were to go back to medieval Europe, the first thing you would probably notice would be the smell. Pretty much sewage and body odor everywhere. Remember, it was typical just to throw your waste out of the window and into the street, and that's just not for peasants. And that's even royalty, who did typically have basically indoor outhouses in their palaces, as well as the trusty portable chamber pot, but if neither of these was an immediate option, they just literally and figuratively popped a squat. So if you don't take anything else away from this video, just remember all those beautiful, majestic fairy tale Disney castles, yep, somebody's peeing in a hallway.